A name to know, highlighting celebrities, top CEOs, business owners, and nonprofit organizations. Because you are a name to know. Welcome to A Name to Know. I'm your host, Alicia Figueres. I definitely have a name to know in the studio today, Mr. Bill Haile. Bill, welcome to A Name to Know.
Thank you.
It's so good to see you.
Good to see you again.
I was looking at your website and I learned that you do all this amazing work with all types of infections, disease. I was recently diagnosed with black mold. I won't tell you where I work part-time, but in this facility, it's horrific with mold all over.
Okay. Yes, we basically, I have become passionate about a couple things. Now, we've been doing mold inspections, infectious disease, bacteria, things like that for probably, it's got to be 15, 20 years, all right? But what's got me really going now is all the causal relationships for indoor air quality or poor indoor air quality affecting pregnant moms, children, causing autism, and things like that.
The schools.
Well, schools, you're not going to be able to do anything in schools because if they test, that means they know, that means they have to do something about it, unfortunately. Schools, rather sweep it under the rug, unfortunately, for our children. But the poor indoor air quality in the homes, with the cleaning products that we're using, the personal care products, if you use Lysol, and do you use Lysol in your home?
No.
Okay. I'm a Vietnam vet, and I am a disabled Vietnam vet, 100%, because of Agent Orange. The lead product in Agent Orange is dioxin. Look up what's in Lysol. It's dioxin. So we're spraying bad stuff in our house. If you don't use soy candles or things like that, and you're using Glade air fresheners, you've got propane and butane as propellants that you're breathing in. So this from aerosol cans. Personal care products, if you're doing your nails, you got to have ventilation in there. There's very simple things to do to combat this, but what has happened for the asthma for children has risen alarmingly. The autism and the causal relations. Now, if you are a pregnant woman and you are in a home or an office with poor indoor air quality, what ends up happening, in your third trimester, you have a 50% chance of having an ASD child or an autism-based child. Doesn't mean it's going to be severe or not, but 50% chance because of the indoor air quality that you have in your home or your office.
Unbelievable.
That's what I've become passionate about now. I mean, we do a lot of mold testing. We do a lot of other testing. And I'm so happy about Governor Cuomo has signed new mold licensing law so that the remediation before you can do anything, whether it's odor remediation, infectious disease, mold, before you can do anything, you have to have somebody like us come in and write up a complete scope of work and dictating the products to be used. But the biggest thing is, after it's done, mandated clearance testing to make sure it was done correctly. But that's where we're at.
Bill, I feel like there are so many populations, so many households that are unaware. I mean, you mentioned Lysol. You know, I always was taught that you clean mold with bleach. And I read recently that that's a fallacy.
It's a fallacy on porous surfaces. Hard, non-porous surfaces like this, it works. But the reason why is because microflora will embed itself into a pore, whether it's a concrete, whether it's wood, or any kind of porous surface up to a 1/16 of an inch in there. And bleach, for the first thing, just doesn't have the staying power to go into those pores and kill the microflora. So what's happening, it looks like it's clear. 6 months, a year down the line, under the right conditions, it's coming back with a vengeance. So, and the other thing is, if bleach stays on a store shelf in plastic, it could, or in a warehouse, a hot warehouse, it could lose up to 50% of its potency through the plastic in the jugs. So there are so many products out there that do a good job. We use something called Smart Touch, which is an eco-safe, broad-spectrum, hospital-grade disinfectant and mold killer, bacteria killer. It's good for MRSA, staph, and all different things. So, but you're right, bleach. Never use bleach unless you're going to have a hard, non-porous surface.
Who's your competitor?
My competitors, for the air testing that we do, and we've developed specific testing, there's not many competitors. In the testing, there are a lot of competitors out there. You know, on Long Island, there's probably 5, 10 good competitors out there that we use.
That's not a lot.
No, but that's just for the testing end of it. On the remediation end of it, there are a ton of people.
Okay.
We just got a call today from a contractor saying they opened up a kitchen and there was all kinds of issues. So after this, I'm going to do a testing for hidden mold. What we've developed is a small pump with a desorption tube. And this desorption tube, if you've ever watched NCIS with Abby, they has a gas chromatograph that analyzes what's in the desorption tube. The test runs 2 hours. It's $399, and it does up to 2,000 square foot, one test. And for more, we just add a second pump. Now, it will come back with everything from what kind of products that you're using that are not good. The last one we did in a Garden City house, it had a high incidence or elevated, which they call severe, and it's all color-coded, for naphthalene. Now, naphthalene is a carcinogen. Now, do you know where that comes from? Mothballs, moth crystals. The person had every closet with mothballs and moth crystals. And I said, very simple. You don't need me to do it. Get an N100 mask, nitrile gloves, and a HEPA vac, and just go vacuum the stuff out of your closet and make sure it's gone. And then ventilate, and you'll be fine. And she was so sick from this.
Wow.
And within about 2.5 months later, she called me up, Bill, I can breathe, I can, you know, no headaches, no stomach aches, things like that.
Bill, you need to be on a campaign, an aggressive campaign to educate people, because this is awesome information.
I'm trying to do that now, because the more I read and the more I find the causal relationships between all this stuff, and I just say, you know what, people just don't understand. The products they're using are making them sick. There are certain cooked frying pans that this stuff comes out of the frying pans, and you're standing there breathing it in. If you don't have a, what do they call, exhaust fan that vents outside, and it's just recirculating it. So.
Unbelievable.
So you're going to help me with my campaign?
Absolutely. We're starting right here on a Name to Know.
There you go.
Absolutely, Bill.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Right.
How do you get the word out? What do you do for yourself to market your company?
Well, marketing is basically, I've networked forever. This is my 5th business. My first 4 businesses I started bootstrapping. My last business I sold to Iron Mountain. I had the record storage and the shredding company. And I have like 15,000 contacts in my database that I will, you know, try to contact, but networking is what we do.
Yeah.
I was just at Ken Green's networking event yesterday, and I go in there and I don't talk about me or this. I have 18 certifications. I don't care about that. It's what your health is being affected, and I'm trying to bring this to people. We have, because of the way I've repositioned what my stick is, so to speak, is that basically we're making it about them and their health, not about, oh, I can do this, I can do that. You know what? People don't care what you can do. It's what you can do for them. And basically,
Right.
that's what we do. So 99% of what I do is networking and contacting people, letters. I work with home inspectors that if they go into a home and they're inspecting something and they come upon suspected mold or something else or asbestos, they'll contact me, and what we'll do is we'll go in and see if we can do the testing for them.
You don't think it's worth introducing legislation to address the schools? I mean, they're housing so many children.
Yes, I think it's worth 100% to do that. But the teachers union
Fight the
and all
bureaucracy.
that other stuff.
Fight them.
Yeah, I would love to fight the bureaucracy, but you know, I'm 63 years old and I get tired after a while. So I've been fighting it since Tom Downey's days. Dominic Barinello is a good friend of mine and our family. And I said, you know what? Now I've got to take care of what I got to take care of. So, but I'm working for the vets now and seniors. I'm part of National Aging in Place Council.
Nice.
And basically, we will go in and do a free, not the test like I said, but a free air particulate test using a laser particulate meter for seniors and vets 55 and older. Vets, you just be a vet, doesn't have to be 55 and older.
Nice.
And basically, we'll go in and we'll take readings in 3 rooms that they use the most. And this is in Nassau and Suffolk right now. We'll take it, usually the bedroom, and a family room or wherever they watch TV, and then another room. And if it's over a certain amount, we will let them know, and we will let them know what some of the things that they can do to alleviate this. And some of it's as easy as putting an air purification unit in, and not the ones that you buy on TV or you buy at Home Depot. These are active purification units. In Vietnam, we had a search and destroy type mentality. So these are units that go into your home that are well under $1,000, one that'll do up to 1,500 square feet, one that'll do up to 3,000 square feet, that actually go in, and if there's contamination on that wall, it will go in and oxidize it. If there's contamination in the carpet, it will go in and oxidize it, and it transforms it into water, very minute molecules of water and oxygen, and it gets rid of it, and it constantly runs. There is there's no, after 3 years you need to replace the cell that's in it. But the thing is, these are things that can dramatically affect your indoor air quality, things that are happening, the contaminants. There's a certain school district, you mentioned school district, and shall remain nameless. We got a call from somebody on the board and said, Bill, there's mold in this school. Okay. I called up the
Superintendent?
yeah, well, not the superintendent, the building guy, the general services building guy, and I told him, he said, we have no mold, we have none of that issues and stuff like that. Well, 2 days later, I get a call from the superintendent of this school district saying, I need an air purifier for my office.
Wow.
Come on. And I wish there was something that I could have done, but I just didn't know how to handle that and what to do. We provided them the air purifier, and I tried very hard to say, you need to do something about this.
Bill, you're doing great work. I am so
Thank you.
proud of you, and I want you to know that I am a veteran, so I am going to put my name on that list for that service.
Not a problem.
And I thank you so much for being with me today. I learned
bet.
so much.
Let me know when you want it done.
Oh, thank you so much.
And of course, it's free of charge for veterans.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
thank you.
This is definitely the name to know, Mr. Bill Haile. Join us when we come back with our next name to know.